honors, and I want to take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you here for our annual family dinners, what we're really doing. I know some of you hadn't gotten your food yet, but our task is to stay on time, so if you can just be patient and continue eating as we move forward through the program, we greatly appreciate it. It's now my pleasure to welcome Karen Lithicon, who is our 2020 Diplomat Chair, who will offer our invocation today. Thank you. Karen.
Public speaking is not my strong point, so if I pass out, y'all just push me to the side and keep going. Dear Lord, we are thankful we are living in a community with so many blessings and so many warriors who fight for what's right. Please bless our nonprofits who work in the trenches every day to help our most vulnerable. Please bless our teachers as they form and inspire young minds who will one day run the world. Please bless our first responders as they brave dangers to help those in need. Lord, please bless our armed forces who keep our freedom safe and let us find the resources they need to thrive when they return home. And please bless those business and civic leaders in this room and allow them to make decisions that impact our lives in a positive and inclusive way. Amen.
Thank you, Karen. Well, again, I want to take this opportunity to welcome everybody here today as we celebrate some of the exciting things that have gone on in Rutherford County. Things continue to go well, and we certainly always look forward to annually talking about where we are, where we're going, and where we've been, so we're excited to do that. Of course, an event of this size and this magnitude could happen without the great support of some of our sponsors. So I'd like to recognize several of them right now. If you would hold your applause till the end, we'll do that at that point. Our presenting sponsor, St. Thomas Rutherford Hospital, part of Ascension Healthcare. Our menu sponsor is Volunteer State Bank. Our lunch sponsor is TriStar Title and Escrow. Our awards sponsor is Pinnacle Financial Partners. Dessert sponsor, Ascend Federal Credit Union. Our registration sponsor is Redstone Federal Credit Union. If we can give all these guys a round of applause. Secondly, I want just to recognize another list of sponsors who have been very instrumental in the success of this event this year. That would be CBS Bank, CBNS Bank, Embassy Suites, Murfreesboro Hotel and Conference Center, First Horizon Bank, Franklin's Printworks, Franklin Synergy Bank, Middle Tennessee Electric Membership Corporation, National Healthcare Corporation, Nissan North America, Schwann Cosmetics, SCC Incorporated, State Farm, Tennessee Small Business Development Center, TNDV, and Wilson Bank and Trust. Let's give these guys a round of applause as well. Also, as part of some recognitions, I'd like to recognize some chamber members who are at the $10,000 stakeholder level, which is something we are excited to have, and if I'll allow to read this list off, and we'll applause afterwards. First and foremost, City of Murfreesboro, Middle Tennessee Electric Membership Corporation, Nissan North America, Pinnacle Financial Partners, St. Thomas Rutherford Hospital, again, part of Ascension, and Schwann Cosmetics. If we could congratulate these guys for being stakeholder members. Well, Rutherford County, or the Chamber, really, we would not be able to be successful as we are without the great public support that we have. We have a great public-private partnership here in our community, but our public leaders truly help us in many facets, and I want to recognize several of those in just a minute. But earlier today, Senators Dawn White and Senator Shane Reeves, along with Representatives Brian Terry, Mike Sparks, Tim Rudd, and Charlie Baum, provided resolutions for our award members at the General Assembly this year. We always appreciate that. So thank you guys for doing that. In addition, if you're an elected official here, we'd love to recognize you, and if you would stand up and let us applaud you for all the hard work in your leadership. Thank you. So at this point, I'd like to recognize our 2019 Chairman of the Board, Chris Jones, who's CEO and President of Middle Tennessee Electric Membership Corporation. Chris's commitment to the Chamber and guidance has been instrumental, and under his leadership, the Chamber was able to accomplish many things. Certainly appreciate all of his hard work and time, and at this point in time, I'll ask Chris to come join me.
Thank you, Paul. Good afternoon. And again, keep eating, and Mr. Michael Woods, make sure that my dessert is not eaten while I'm up here, please. It's good to see everybody. Great crowd today, and I want to say it's been quite an honor for me to serve as the chair of this great chamber. And I'd like to take a moment, if I could, of personal privilege to thank those who supported me. My family, of course, who are always so generous with their support. My teammates at MTEMC, that includes staff and board, and my predecessor, Frank Jennings, is here today. I appreciate them, and thank you for all you do, all of you, to help me, and especially now to be able to serve in this capacity as the chamber chair. You know, folks, we live in a community where we not only have the capacity and opportunity to take next steps forward, but we have those who are willing to take those steps. I'm very encouraged by foundations I see being laid across this county and our cities toward that end. Foundations that say we're not going to take for granted our blessings, but we will also not rest on our laurels and succumb to complacency. I'm thankful to be part of such efforts, and I'm excited about the work underway at our chamber that has us looking to the future, and we're going to be hearing more about that as this year unfolds, so looking forward to that. We have a terrific chamber, and that's due in large part to our staff, who work to serve us all so well, and Paul is due great credit, as much as I hate to give it to him, for his leadership and his ability to serve, for making the organization so effective, but also making it and keeping it service-oriented. So now it's my pleasure to report on some of the particular successes we have enjoyed in 2019, starting with chamber membership.
Beam. I'm the Vice President of Membership for the Rutherford County Chamber of Commerce. Our job at the Chamber is really to help businesses connect, grow, know the resources that are available in the community, just get to know each other, build community, right? So all we try to do is just be that liaison and get folks out of their comfort zone sometimes of making sure that they know what's across town or who they can call on if they need a particular service or how to help their business grow. The two things that I'm probably the most proud of is just our continued growth of our membership, that companies are coming into our community and they're continuing to invest in our chamber. They're seeing the value that we provide. That is still amazing to me after all this time that I've been with the chamber. The second thing I'm most proud of are the ribbon cuttings that we've had for 2019. We've had 124 ribbon cuttings, groundbreakings, or celebrations for businesses in our community. That's the most that we've ever had on record, and I'm extremely proud and excited and a little exhausted from that. That was a fun year. So we look forward to even more things to come. I think that people and companies are looking to join the chamber and choose to because of its members and because we're a vibrant community. They want to be a part of this fabric. They want to be a part of something that's exciting and growing. And I feel like that we provide a lot of those opportunities to connect and grow with people, to get out and learn and have resources. And we're not a stagnant chamber. We are one that's continuing to grow. We're looking at putting more programmings in. We're adding things anytime we can. And we're really excited about having people come into the community and they see that and they want to be a part of it. Today, we want to recognize the Chamber's diplomats, business leaders who volunteer their time to represent the community and help tell the Chamber story. They were led last year by an amazing, dedicated executive committee. This past year, we had 77 diplomats participate in the program. Throughout the year, one diplomat rose above and was honored as the Diplomat of the Month. We are so very proud of the 2019 recipients.
From attending Chamber events to helping with membership recruitment, the Chamber relies on the diplomats and appreciates all of their support throughout the year. Would all of the 2019 and 20 diplomats please stand so we can thank you? Let's recognize the diplomats as they stand. Okay. Moving on to some specific accomplishments for 2019, and it's quite a list, so bear with me. Starting with tourism. The overall tourism economic impact was over $367 million, a $15 million increase with over 1 million hotel room nights sold in the county. The Convention and Visitors Bureau staff worked with Tourism Skills Group to create a 5-year strategic plan for the CVB and a separate 3-year strategic plan for cultural and heritage tourism. For the third consecutive year, the CVB and TSSAA Spring Fling were awarded the Sports Destination Management Champions of Economic Impact Tourism Award. The CVB also won the Convention South's Reader's Choice Award for one of the best meeting and convention sites in the South. The CVB continued to support and strengthen partnerships with the Rutherford Arts Alliance and other related organizations through the work of the late Gina Foster Cannon. And her legacy will continue as the CVB promotes cultural and heritage tourism sites throughout the county. And we're pleased to announce that Rutherford County has been selected as the conference destination to host this year's Tennessee Governor's Conference on Hospitality and Tourism. Now, economic development. In 2019, we added 1,192 new jobs to our economy and $201 million in capital investments from 10 relocations and 8 existing company expansions. Rutherford County ranked 5th in the state of Tennessee for retail sales, coming in at $6.5 billion for 2018. National icon, the Icy Company, moved its headquarters from California to Laverne, bringing over 200 jobs and $10.3 million of capital investment. More companies have decided to choose Rutherford County for tech and corporate operations. Joining Icy will be Tier 1 auto supplier Steel Summit's new headquarters, and Atlanta-based tech company Saltworks, both in Murfreesboro. Cintas will also be hiring 144 people and investing $20 million in a new regional operations center. Meanwhile, our industrial economy remains strong, as global auto supplier Topre International announced its 4th expansion in Smyrna, which will bring the company's total investment in our community to $183 million. The Chamber is proud to continue its 22-year partnership with Middle Tennessee State University's Small Business Development Center. Last year, the center assisted businesses in securing more than $103 million in capital formation with 257 business starts, creating 1,408 new jobs. But of course, all of our efforts to attract and support new business would be in vain if we didn't have a team of dedicated educators, industry partners, and staff preparing Rutherford County for the workforce of tomorrow.
So the purpose of workforce development is to be able to make sure that we have a workforce that is capable and confident in the work that needs to be done with the industries that are coming into Rutherford County. We all know that we are a growing county, and we have some really amazing companies that are coming in and wanting to be a part of our landscape. And we really want to make sure that we have the ability to tell them we have a workforce ready here for you. Our main work is focused around our K-12 school systems. What that looks like is our elementary students focus in on soft skills, mainly in confidence and communication. Our middle school students are focused in on career exploration activities through 8th grade pathway fairs and some teacher externship opportunities. And then for our high school students, we really want them to focus in on the CTE programs, so that would be our career technical education programs here in the Rutherford County school system. I would consider one of our greatest program successes from this past year to be the fact that we held our very first Amazing Shake. The Amazing Shake is a competition that places an emphasis on teaching students manners, discipline, respect, professional conduct, and all the other soft skills that are very important for their growth. Students learn the nuances of professional human interaction as they're taught skills such as how to give a proper handshake, how to work the room, as in networking, and how to give a successful interview and remain composed under pressure. The goal is to prepare our students so that they can present themselves exceptionally well for opportunities today as well as those that will come in the future. The program that I feel like I'm most passionate about is our teacher externship program. It really is an opportunity for our teachers to get out of their educational space and see what industry's like.
Workforce development is probably the most critical issue, not just in Rutherford County or in Tennessee, but across the United States. The shortage of skilled laborers, skilled tradesmen, healthcare professionals, manufacturing leaders, engineers is critical. And so that is why Rutherford County Chamber of Commerce through Rutherford Works has placed a significant importance on developing workforce programs to grow the talent for the future. So over the last 6 years, Rutherford Works has worked closely with our industry partners in what we call our high five sectors. Those are the industries that have the highest potential for growth in both job creation and wage growth, as well as progression within the industry. Those industries, based on a study that was done in 2015, include construction, IT, healthcare, manufacturing, and supply chain management. The mission of Rutherford Works is really to develop uncommon partnerships between our industry partners and our education partners, both K-12 and post-secondary, to help grow a workforce for the future. Over the last 6 years, in addition to program development with our elementary, middle, and high school students, we've also worked to create industry-led councils. All of the work that we do in our schools would not be possible without the leadership and the commitment of the employers on those councils. And today, I would just like to thank the leaders who have helped us move those councils to where they are today. So for construction, that would be Paul Lawson from Turner Construction and Norman Brown from Roscoe Brown. For healthcare, Chris West with NHC, Kevin Fair with Amada Senior Care, and Abigail Stanley with TriStar Stonecrest, HCA. For our IT council, I want to thank Greg Thompson with Schneider Electric and David Sneed with Nissan Automotive. For manufacturing, Fran Jones with Bridgestone and Taryn Courtney with Morelli. And for supply chain, I'd like to thank Monica Winter with Ingram Content and Greg P. with Vantech Hitachi. Last but not least, a special thank you to Dan Caldwell with Nissan, who has been instrumental in helping us develop our strategy over the last 6 years and works tirelessly with us across all of those councils, most recently with our Reconnect initiative to get more adults returning to school to help build that talent pipeline.
And we can be thankful our workforce development program is the envy of the state. Sincerely it is, and for our staff who worked on that and those industry partners, let's keep moving it forward. I would like to now introduce, if I could, Ronnie Smith. Ronnie with Cardinal Health is the chair of Leadership Rutherford, and will present the 2019 Pinnacle Award. Let's make Ronnie welcome.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, guys. So each year, Leadership Rutherford recognizes an alumnus in the area for outstanding community contributions. This year's 2019 recipient of the Pinnacle Award is Senator Shane Reeves. So obviously most of us in here know Senator Shane Reeves, but let me tell you a little bit about his background anyway. After graduating MTSU in the UT School of Pharmacy, he joined the family business, which was Reeves Sane Family of Medical Services here in Rutherford County. Selling that business in 2015, he launched a new pharmacy services company, 12 Stone Health Partners. During all this, he decided he had way too much spare time, so he decided to run for election and now serves as a Tennessee State Senator for the 14th District. He's a 1997 graduate of Leadership Rutherford and is highly active in our community, serving as past chairman of the Chamber of Commerce, past president of Leadership Rutherford, past board member of Leadership Middle Tennessee, and also past chairman for Tennessee's National Federation of Independent Business Leadership Council. He's active in the Blue Raider Athletic Association, Alzheimer's Association, American Heart Association, and the American Cancer Society. He proudly serves as a deacon at the North Boulevard Church of Christ, and he lives here with his family, his wife Amanda, their 3 children, Will, Jack, and Emma White. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present the 2019 Pinnacle Award winner, Senator Shane Reeves. Where is he?
Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Leadership Rutherford. Thank you, Chamber. So my claim to fame with Leadership Rutherford, I graduated with Stephanie Brackman in 1997 from Leadership Rutherford, and she was the most quiet, little docile wallflower you'd ever meet during that period of time. Never had an opinion a number of years ago. A few weeks ago, I celebrated my 52nd birthday, and on my 52nd birthday, I had 2 observations. The first one is this: the average lifespan of a man in the country right now is 78. So at the age of 52, I'm officially about 2/3 through the journey, okay? So 2/3 of the population is now younger than me. So those of you who think I'm still in college, I'm actually older than that. But another third are now older than me. So I think just because of that alone, I feel a need to make sure the final third part of my life that I'm giving back and it's formative. But my second observation was this: I cannot think of a single accomplishment. I can't think of a single significant accomplishment in my life that has not been hard and I did alone. Hard and I did alone. Friends, I'm a product of Rutherford County. I'm a son of Rutherford County. My family has been here for 240 years. I'm a product of a God that's blessed me with favor and kindness and mercy. I was born into a wonderful family, some that are here today. My father, Richard Reeves, is here and was a mentor for a lot of years in my life. I married way out of my league to Amanda and our 3 wonderful kids, and love you very much and appreciate your support. I've had the opportunity to be surrounded by great people in the workforce, pharmacists and executives who just served as iron in my life to sharpen me along the way. And just overall, I have just had a potpourri of friends and teachers and mentors and pastors and coaches, all that just took the time to blow a little bit of wind in my sails along the way and help me be a better version of myself. So I am holding the Pinnacle Award today, but truth is there's so many people that have played a role in helping me to get up the mountain. And I would be remiss if I did not tell you what a privilege it is to be a state senator for Rutherford County and for for the exceptional people that call this community their home, and what a blessing that's been for me. So again, thank you for this award, and I look forward to working with you to help Rutherford continue to be the pinnacle that it is in Tennessee and around the country. Be blessed.
Congratulations, Senator. Thank you. Now I want to introduce you to Bill Jones, Area Executive for Pinnacle Financial Partners, to present the Business Person of the Year Award.
Good afternoon. And thank you, Ronnie, for the introduction. We're here today to recognize a woman who has made a significant contribution to Rutherford County's business community, Deb Thompson. Deb joined State Farm in 1982 as an agent in Virginia. In 1995, she accepted an opportunity in leadership as an agency field consultant in Raleigh, North Carolina. After that, she quickly moved up the corporate ladder to headquarters in 2006. Thompson recently retired from her position as Vice President for Agency Sales for the Southeastern Market Area for State Farm, where she was responsible for agents and agency field leadership in Tennessee, Alabama, and Kentucky. Deb served on the board of directors for the United Way of Rutherford and Cannon Counties, St. Thomas Rutherford Hospital Board, and the Middle Tennessee State University Foundation Board of Trustees. She also was the 2018 recipient of the Jennings A. Jones Champion of Free Enterprise from MTSU's School of Business. She and her husband, Roy Snipes, currently reside in Murfreesboro. Deb, I got to admit, when I got to this part of the script, I thought we ought to be giving you an award for living with Roy. But they have 3 children, Ryan, Patrick, and Brennan. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 Business Person of the Year, Deb Thompson.
Thank you very much, Bill. It's an honor to receive that, especially from Bill. I want to thank the Chamber. Not too long ago, Chris and Paul showed up at my office and told me about this award, and honestly, I was flabbergasted, and I'm extremely honored. I also want to thank some of my State Farm family who is here today. I appreciate them being here in support. I have been fortunate to have an amazing career with State Farm. So about 10 years ago, I was given the opportunity to lead the agency force in the state of Tennessee. And if you've ever done a corporate move before, you get about 3 days for a relocation. This would be my 5th home that I have purchased in 3 days in the relocation. So then you find yourself, in the back seat of a car with a realtor. And so my husband, Roy, and I were in the back seat of a car of a lovely, loquacious realtor by the name of Patty Marshall. Some of you know Patty, with Bob Parks. And she, in my opinion, is the unofficial mayor of Murfreesboro. And she drove us all around and told us how it's the best place in the universe to live. And Rutherford County is just, the pinnacle, the cream of the crop. Well, somewhere in that 3-day process, I mentioned that maybe I might want to see homes in Franklin. Well, we heard more of the virtues of Rutherford County and Murfreesboro, and her passion bled over to us. And at the end of the 3 days, we were committed to moving and living in Rutherford County, and specifically in Murfreesboro. The other thing I told Patty is, because I have moved a lot, I really want to make this home, and I want to participate and be a part of the community. And the community here has embraced us, and we have done everything that we can to embrace this lovely community. The people, that's what really is important, isn't it? And when you make one connection, you make another connection. And the county, of course, has grown tremendously since we've been here in the last 10 years. But the warmth and the caring and the things that make Rutherford County and Murfreesboro so special have not changed. And the vision that I'm seeing from the chamber is extremely excited. So I just want to thank you all so much. Thank you, Chamber, for this lovely award. I am extremely honored, and I promise to continue to give as much as I possibly can to this county. Thank you.
Well, congratulations to Shane and Deb. So my time as chair comes to a close now, and as the staff prepares their celebrations, let me say that it's been quite an honor, and I want to thank the membership for the opportunity to do so. Among my greatest privileges as chair is to announce those who will be occupying this role for the next 2 years. They are two business women of great distinction, and I couldn't be more thankful that they've agreed to serve in this capacity. Chair-elect this year is Yolanda Green of First Horizon. Yolanda is scheduled to serve as chamber chair next year. For this year, it is my pleasure to introduce Holly Montgomery, Managing Director of Swan Cosmetics USA, as your 2020 chairperson of the board. Let's make her welcome.
Thank you, Chris. You have been an outstanding chairperson. Thank you very much. Hard shoes to fill as we go forward. I would like to present you with the cup of distinction for all of the great things you've done. Thank you.
The cameras may not be working.
I know, I said, whatever. I think we're the last ones here. No, we're not. Yes. All right, thank you again, Chris. And now it's time to share what's in store for next year. We will continue to look at ways to support and grow our membership base through innovative and engaging programs designed to connect professionals and each other to assist in growing and continuing our business growth. We are committed to using Destination Rutherford to strategically shape our community's economic, workforce, and tourism landscapes. We will attract and recruit new businesses with a special focus on targeted industry clusters, including corporate operations, supply chain management, aviation, and advanced manufacturing. We will continue to implement workforce development programs, which are so heralded, designed to empower Rutherford County's current and future workforce to become highly skilled and employable citizens. Our tourism audiences will be targeted through both traditional and non-traditional channels, resulting in continued growth. It's time to recognize the Chamber's Board of Directors, which I'm honored to lead. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your 2020 board members. Please rise as I call your name and hold your applause until everyone is standing. Garth Bentley, Thomas Broker, Lou Caputo, Brock East, Travis Emore, Yolanda Green, Bart Hamilton, Twyla Harris, David Johnson, Chris Jones, Brian Kidd, Scott McCormick, Sherry Morgan, Ronnie Smith, Val Smith, and Dr. David Urban. I'd like to extend my personal thanks to the Chamber Board of Directors for sharing your time and talents over the next year to fully support the Chamber in achieving their goals. The success of the Chamber is not only tied to our thriving community, but also to the professional people who choose to work on the Chamber team with Paul Latour. Tough choice. A truly amazing group of dedicated folks who are passionate about Rutherford County and their roles. Will they please stand? Paul and Stephanie, Beth, your teams, Kelly, your teams. All right, I would now like to invite Bill Jones to return to the stage to introduce this year's business legend.
There have been 37 people who have received the honor of Business Legend of the Year. This award is given to individuals who throughout their careers have made significant contributions to business, leadership, and community service. Today we recognize a respected business leader whose impact on our community has been very far-reaching. At this time, I'd like to share a video of our 2019 business legend, Lee Moss, President of Franklin Synergy Bank and Franklin Financial Corporation.
He has a huge heart for service.
When I was young, he reffed basketball. When I was in college, he was president of the fraternity, the international fraternity, so I knew him through work there, and then I had the pleasure of getting to work with Lee as chairman of the Tennessee Bankers Association.
I've known Lee since he had hair.
He always and has always taken a very positive approach to life. He is definitely a glass half full kind of guy.
That's the awesome thing about Lee, is that the guy that you see at work is the same guy that people that don't work with him see the rest of the time. There are no secrets.
I've probably seen Lee Moss without a shirt on more than I have seen him the way he's dressed here today. And I do feel much more comfortable with Lee fully dressed than just what we see at the lake, because it's, well, I'm just going to leave it there.
Lee has always been a leader as long as I've known him. Even in high school, before we started dating, I could see those leadership qualities coming out.
Lee loves Rutherford County, and this is his home. He loves the people here. I sometimes tease him that I think he enjoys his volunteer service more than he does banking, but in being a banking leader, he's able to help build this growth that we're seeing in Rutherford County by providing loans and access to credit to just this wonderful community.
Anybody that's ever spent any time with Lee knows that he's never met a 10-minute meeting he can't turn into 20.
I'm not sure what the multiplier is between regular minutes and Moss minutes, but just know that it's a pretty significant number.
As a matter of fact, we had a custom clock made for Lee that's got twice as many minutes in the hour as a normal clock, and it says Moss minutes on it. So he gets that it's bigger than your workplace. And to really have the impact on the community that we all want to have, you've got to do things beyond the walls of your office. And I think if you look at his community involvement, his interaction with his family and how important they are in his life, his church, just the whole big picture. That's why he's getting the award today and why he's made a difference in our community.
Here in Murfreesboro, he has served on more boards and chaired many of those boards, more than I can count or could even remember to write down.
Normally you see Lee dressed like this, but Lee's got this one sweater, and he thinks it hasn't gone out of style, but Lee, it has. He wears it every Christmas, and it's this awful Snoopy sweater And it actually has become a running joke. I mean, even this Christmas, we were like, you're pulling out the Snoopy sweater, right? And he did. He wore it to something. So, I mean, ask Lee to wear his Snoopy sweater. It's really something.
His ability, his personality and ability to disarm and to build good relationships helped us through some challenges that might not have been as successful without Lee heading the association.
He's a born leader, and people feed off of that. And people, not just at work, but people know that Lee genuinely cares about them. And when people get that vibe from somebody and they know that that's the kind of person that's going to bat for them, especially at work, they're gonna work very, very hard for that person, and that leads to success. Having worked with Lee for a long time now, we've gone through some pretty rough times, and I can think back to all the points in time where I can go, that's the kind of guy that I want to be, or that's the kind of guy I want to work with or work for. They were when he was really showing his strength in very difficult times, professionally and personally.
When I think of Lee, I automatically think of his faith. He, for many years, has taught Sunday school at our church and has been involved in other aspects of our church leadership. And he really is selfless in terms of his desire to give back to the community.
Lee is very kind. He's also very humble. Humility is to me one of his greatest qualities in all the things that he has done over the years, in the awards that he's won, the recognition he's received. He's always done it and received it with humility, and that is one of the greatest things I admire about him.
And his love that he has for the people that he works with are the same that he does for his family, and it's all one big family to Lee. And I know I've got a 9-year-old son who travels with me quite a bit, and Lee and his wonderful wife Susan always include him and treat him like one of their own, and that means so much to me, especially in this day and age where professional and personal overlap so much. He does it so seamlessly because he cares about everybody that's in his life.
He sure is a lot better pick than last year's choice for this award. I heard that there was some comments made about the age thing, that the guy that got this last year just wasn't quite old enough to get this award. And I've talked to Paul Latour about this a little bit, and he mentioned that the average age of the business legend just got way off last year, just way too young. And they thought they would just kind of incrementally get back to the preferred average age. But then Lee's name came up, and they said, well, heck, this guy's old enough, we can just get that average right back up where it needs to be in one swoop. So Lee, thank you for helping us out there and getting us back on track.
Several years ago, a very good friend of ours made the statement that Lee is one of the most balanced people he knows. I could not agree with that more. I have always been so amazed at how he is able to and has been able to balance everything he's got going on in his professional and community life with his family life. But he has done it just fabulously, and I'm so thankful that family has been so important to him.
You really can't think of Lee very much without thinking of Susan and their family. Again, faith and family, I think, are two key things that Lee really cherishes. I know that he's enjoying his grandkids, he's enjoying getting back to golf, but I do hope that we'll continue to be blessed with his presence and his relationship with the Chamber, and also with many of the other organizations that he has chosen to support.
Lee makes people around him better, and I'm better at my job and what I do because I had Lee as chairman of the TBA. I learned a lot from him, and I will always appreciate that and take that with me.
I want to just offer my sincere words of congratulations to Lee and to Susan. Susan's always there by your side, but this is a most well-deserved recognition as the 2019 Business Legend of the Year. And Lee, what I really appreciate about you is the fact that whether it's in difficult times or great times, we've got one Lee Moss that is just a testimony to what character is all about. And again, I think it is part of what makes this place a great place to live and work. Congratulations, Lee.
Lee, congratulations on this career-defining honor. I just think this is so well-deserved, and I'm so proud of you and Susan and all you've done for the banking industry and for this wonderful community that you love so much.
Boss Moss, congratulations on this well-deserved award. Love you, buddy. Proud of you.
Lee, I cannot thank you enough for the 46 and a half wonderful years of marriage we've had, 38 of those in parenting our growing family. I know that I speak for our daughter Catherine and her family, our son Chase and his family, our daughter Laura, and even our son Robert. If he could speak to us from heaven, I know he would join us in congratulating you and telling you how very proud we are of you. We could not be prouder of you for being named Business Legend. Congratulations. We love you.
Please join me in welcoming to the stage the 2019 Business Legend, Mr. Lee Moss.
Some of y'all I'm going to get even with. And Gordon, you don't look so good without a shirt on either, just for the record. And Dee, I've always had hair. I mean, blonde. I mean, come on, this is great. To say I've been blessed would be a gross understatement. I never lose sight that whatever gifts I have or everyone in this room has truly are from our Lord. And I thank you that you've allowed me to share the past 25 years in making Murfreesboro and Rutherford County my home. Deb, we moved here from Franklin. And when Franklin Synergy Bank and Mid-South Bank merged, everyone asked me, Lee, you're moving back to Franklin? I said, absolutely not. This is home. We love it, and we wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I'm so thankful to my family being here, my two brothers, Joe and John, Joe's wife, Martha, my two lovely daughters, Kaki and Laura, and I'm sorry our son Chase just got a new job in Chattanooga, so he's working, and we miss him being here, but I'm so thankful y'all could be with me. You know, careers are interesting, and I think back if about 15, 16 years ago, I would likely have had to relocate from my job at SunTrust. SunTrust brought me here 25 years ago. And some guy named Jack Rutherford said, we need to start a bank. Jack was about 74 years young then, if my memory's correct. And so Gordon, you know, really, we got a long way to go, buddy. And I didn't really appreciate Senator those age comments, because I know if you're 2/3 there, man, I ain't got much time left. I've been honored to work with so many wonderful professional leaders, and both Gordon, I really appreciate No, I don't appreciate your comments. And Colin, you were really very nice, so I do thank you for yours. And Dee, we'll see you back at the office. I really just have one comment to share, because Stephanie cracks a whip. She said at a certain time that hook will come out, and I know that mean woman. You know, one of the challenges I observe in life today is the polarizing effect that exists in our culture. It breaks my heart. And I don't care what the issues are that separate us, they shouldn't. And I think one of the things that makes Rutherford County so very special, we do better in dealing with these differing issues than any place I've ever lived. I remember 25 years ago when I moved here, most communities were still on the tail end of dealing with racial issues. And I look at the families, T90 Scales and his family, and so many made sure that Murfreesboro would work through the issues. And I'm a passionate believer with the statement, seek first to understand, then be understood. I'm a true believer if we would live by that. And if I can understand why you think differently than I, which I don't know why you would, but if you do, it helps me to understand why you do. And then it's much less important you understand what I think. But what I find out is simply this. Once we understand about each other and what makes us tick and why we believe what we believe, it makes those differences seem so totally insignificant. So my prayer for this community going forward is that we will find the right ways to ensure that we understand one another first. I look forward to moving forward with Ben Rutherford and I got to be involved in starting a bank a few years ago. And now with Franklin Synergy Bank and First Bank merging, my bank family is expanding. And Ben, I look forward to finishing presumably my career working with you. That was the original plan. And life has these funny ways of coming full circle, as we all well know. And God works in our lives in ways sometimes we can't predict, but all you can do is trust Him, and I do. My last comment, I'm beyond blessed with the bride that I just a month ago celebrated 50 years from our first date. Now, we went to elementary school together and high school together, so it's really not all that long ago. But not everyone's blessed to have a lady who's not only your best friend, but the lady you love and get to share life with. And you get to share the ups and the downs, because life is a true roller coaster. There are mountaintops, and we've had more than our share of those. But we've also had some of the valleys, which we will all face. And I'm just very thankful she's been my partner through each of these steps. So I love you, honey, and thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here. I don't know who the guys y'all were talking about earlier, but I'm very honored to have been a part of this chamber and this community, and thank you for letting me call it home. God bless you.
This concludes our program and another year of exciting things to look forward to in Rutherford County. What a great group of people to support and to be supported by. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.